right, so let's continue on the journey of how to heal in a relationship when you have experienced a traumatic experience, or in your case, a very deadly disease. And you go through all these different phases, right? Like your personality change, and that will affect the relationship. But in your case, you were managing to, like you like to call it, reconnect.
Yes.
And then find your way back home.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
And how is that process? If people are out there in and they feel like they have lost themselves, or maybe lost the version of their partner that they fell in love with, do you have any advice for how to start reconnecting with your significant other?
First, I think it's necessary to grieve the person that you were and to fall in love with the person that you are. That's the first step. And then to recognize that when you do these kind of things, you're taking a lot of place, a lot of space in the relationship. And the other person can feel neglected, even though it's like, okay, now is your time, now is my time. There is a moment that you need to change the focus, right? Because if someone takes care of your doctor's appointments, or you go to rehab or to therapy, there is a point where you need to refocus and start thinking about us, because the other person is not just your caretaker, he's your partner. So that is a very important thing. There is a point when you need to honor the person that had been with you, supporting you in all this. And I believe that what makes the relationship stronger is to be reliable, so the other person can know that you're going to be there and that you are available again in this new way, and that you are taking also care of his.
You were going through recovery, but you mean that you need to, no, your husband need to know that he can rely on you, or you mean,
that I am also there to support him.
So it's not only about him supporting you.
No, no, because it has to be a place for us. Because if not, it doesn't make sense. It's like he's not my nurse. For example, I needed to be more in touch of what he needed in the moment instead of what I thought he needed. I need to ask like more directly, how can I support you? And I needed to be consistent with that and to put my actions where my words were.
Yeah, I like that. Because that's what you could do too. Be more with him in the present moment.
Yeah.
You couldn't maybe buy him dinner and make dinner.
Yeah, but I could.
But you could do other things.
I don't know, talk about what happened at work, or take note of something that he liked. So when his birthday came, I got what I knew he wanted. I think that we all long for connection, but sometimes we reject it without noticing. I don't know, wants a hug and we tap them on the back.
That is the worst hugs. When someone is tapping you on the back.
There. Let's move on. Yeah. Instead of staying there as long as is needed. And okay, you're having a bad day at work, I will cook something nice for you. Or I will do a foot massage, or work with things that show that you are in connection. Instead of you connecting with me, I am also paying attention to what is happening with you.
But everything you say now sounds very good, and if you go to therapy, the therapist will tell a couple this, you have to do this, take time, and it's easy to do it maybe once, twice a week. But what you said about you have to be reliable. You have to have some kind of
consistency.
Yeah,
you need to show up.
Yeah, and how do you do that? Consistently. We have the number one question or struggle our students have is maintain a self-practice.
Yeah,
and that means show up on the mat, or do a meditation for 5-10 minutes every day. and then you're in a crisis, or or you have spaced out,
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
partner is living on another planet, and then you're going to be caring and be in the present moment and have these moments every day or every week or consistently. How did you do that?
I use bhakti.
Yeah.
I used the devotional practice. It's like, okay, what am I grateful for having? And what do I cherish? And what do I devote myself to? I use yoga for that, actually. I made a list of the things that I knew that I needed to do. And I tried to find what was the emotion behind it, because it wasn't.
So I like this, because what most people do, they
Yeah.
try and start with the action.
That doesn't help, because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
They
You
start
can.
with the action, like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to do this for my partner, and I'm going to try to do this every week. But what you did, you start from what is the motion behind this, and then you start from.
Because I needed to sustain that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can buy flowers. Yeah.
And that is what I will call the action.
Yeah. You can buy flowers. But why do you buy flowers? You can buy flowers because he thinks flowers are nice, or you can buy flowers as this is a token of my affection. This is showing you how important you are to me. And that is two different things. You can make a list of the things that you need to do so the other one doesn't get angry, for example. That's a funny thing. Or you can do things because they come from the belief and the emotion that this is the right thing to do. When you try to fix a relationship or to change the course of a relationship on actions, because I need this or I want that, that is very hard to sustain, because you're going to fail at one point. You are going to start
Most
doing.
people fail the first week.
Yeah, you can't be consistent. It's like, okay, for example, I don't know. Before I leave home, I need to check the refrigerator to be sure that you have everything for breakfast. And I have it on my list, and I do my check. But that doesn't mean I care. Another thing is like, okay, you're going to wake up and you're going to have breakfast. What would be nice for you to have for breakfast? Because I want you not to have to go out in the cold to buy stuff at the supermarket. So I want you to feel that I'm caring for you. That's the difference. It's not the actions. And that I learned from yoga. Rituals can be devoid of meaning. If they don't have meaning, rituals are crap.
Yeah, and we talk about intention all the time. How intention can be a game changer and change everything.
Exactly.
So what you do is you cultivate the emotion behind the action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Align this vision I have with what I say, with what I feel, and then what I do.
Yeah. So the action is just a result of
an inner process.
Yeah.
And that, I think,
that is sustainable.
Because I hear a lot of people getting confused about, but we love each other so much. I don't know why.
Yeah, and you asked me like, what is love for you? And why do you mean love is the key for for everything? Because we have so different perceptions of love.
And for me, is I learned to be devotional in the right places. I believe at first, when people talk about bhakti, I said, no, that's not for me. No, this leads to manipulation and blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because it was how I was raised and the things that happened at my home. But here, I know it's completely different, because he always wanted the best for me.
Yeah. And for people who don't know yoga in the terms, when we use bhakti, bhakti is the devotional yoga. So just to clarify that, you can have different types of yoga, and then it will all lead to, in the old days, enlightenment or liberation or whatever. But and bhakti, to really devote yourself to something, to a process or a person or something, can also be a path of liberation. And we actually warn people about it, but we don't say it's not a really strong tool.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, you have to choose where to use it.
Yeah, I know that if, of course, sometimes you feel harmed by another person, but it doesn't mean that this person has the intention to harm you. And in that sense, because of the relationship that we have, I know that he doesn't want to harm me. I know it. And in that sense, it's not a payback because of the things that he did for me. It is immense gratitude because I found someone that cared enough to forget himself as long as he needed to help me out.
Let's say you are in a relationship where you've been sick and then your partner can't deal with it, and it turns out to maybe treat you bad, or but it's not because of bad intentions, it's just because of the situation.
You get tired, you don't know
Yeah.
what to do, you don't have the tools.
And then how to get that devotion, or how can you tap into this gratitude and try to change path when, because your situation was kind of different.
Yeah.
You had someone that supported you all the way, and
Yes.
and you felt like, okay, this person deserves, okay, now it's time to step up.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of relationships, when they have challenges, both people become people they don't really like, and they do things to each other they don't really mean, but they can still love each other, but it's not loving act. But how do you find the inner bhakti yoga practice then?
I will come with a quote that comes from a tennis player. Robert Ashe was a tennis player in the 70s and the 80s. And he said, do what you can with what you have. And I will add that to that. This is your starting point. When you understand that the person on the other side is doing what they can with the tools they have, and that they are expressing their frustration because they don't know how to make things better. Maybe they can't. Maybe there is no way of doing things better. So we need to accept that we are here with what we have. And maybe this situation that you're suffering can't be transformed into something nice. This is what we have. And I saw several couples having to be there for each other in the last moments of one of them in this planet, and do what you can with what you have. This is a life-changing moment, and you can choose to be with this person or not to be with this person, and you can't change what is happening, and you don't want this person to go through this alone, and you have a lot of frustration, and you are angry with a lot of things, and this is a lot of work. So when you have the possibility to communicate that in a very open way, I feel that there is an opportunity for transformation. I don't believe that everyone belongs together, because some people ask, oh, well, no. I believe that some people arrive to these places and moments and they realize, you know what, we did what we could with what we had, and we need to acknowledge that this is, maybe it's too much for me. I can't do it for either of them. But to start with acknowledging what it is and what we can do, and that we might not be ready to go through this. I don't know. I don't know what it is to have a life-threatening disease, or I don't know what it is to have a partner that might change radically because of what they are going through. I don't know what it is. I might need support, or I might not be ready to handle this. It requires a vulnerability of knowing that you don't know anything, that you don't know what to do in the next step. That I feel is an opportunity of connection. This is what we have. Let's start with this.
Yeah.
And that for me was, that is for me a turning point every time. With work, with clients that I don't know what is going to happen next. It's like, okay, I will do what I can with what I have.
Yeah, and that everything starts within you.
Yeah.
That is where we should start always.
Is maybe we can't control everything around us, and it's good that we recognize that we can't. So we start with what we can put on the table, and it's like showing up, being consistent, open,
and do the work, like I like to call it. And the work means the work you do on yourself every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
I think that is a life-changing opportunity to bring out love, even in the places where you feel you have nothing. You still have each other, and you still have yourself.
Yeah. So no clear answers. Just do the work. Do the work.
I don't think that there are.
No.
I usually say I don't believe in magic answers, but I believe in the answer to the magic for yourself. I think that connection is the key. Reconnection is one of the most important things. Thank you so much for asking this.
Yeah, thank you for everything you share. A lot of question comes up, but sometimes it's good that you create questions and you don't always have to have the answers. So we will end this for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.